Task 10. Read all number correctly. 1. Fin. 2. Fill. 3. Fail. 4. Fine. 5. Sniff. 6. Half. 7. Fill in. 8. Finish it. 9. Feels fine. 5. 4. Form. February. Full front. Friendly. Office. If. Sofa. Why. Profile. Laugh. Telephone. Photograph. Beautiful. Photographer. Comfortable. Myself. After. Soft. Mr. Puffin. Phillips. Difficult. Feel. Fail. Fine. Fail. Few. Live. Half. Farah. Living. Half. Fairy November. 5. Village living. Love. Valet. Driving. Lovely. Fan. Lift. Lifts. Victor. Arrived. We. Will. West. Wet. Wine. Whale. When. Wood. Woods. Everywhere. Well. Why. Sandwiches. Wet weather wild. 12. Wendy. When white wine. 20. Which. Were. Quiet. What was were. Quickly. Quickly. What. War. Sweet. Walk. Away. Gwen. Warm. Railway. Squirrels. Wonderful. Joke. Jack. Jam. Jazz. Jeers. Part 2. Read this news. Wellington, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said on Monday, November 29, the country will move into a system of living with the COVID-19 virus later this week, despite the new Omicron variant posing a fresh health threat to the world. There were no cases of the Omicron variant in New Zealand at this stage, but the developing global situation showed why a cautious approach was needed at the borders. She said, Omicron is a reminder of the risk that still exists at our border. Arden said at the news conference, New Zealand has come New Zealand has some of the toughest border control in the world and plans to keep borders closed to most international travelers for a further 5 months. It also introduced fresh border measures for travelers from 9 southern African nations on the weekend, announcing that only citizens from this country can travel to New Zealand and will have to stay in state quarantine for 14 days. Arden said a lot of evidence still needed to be gathered to know the impact of the Omicron variant. It may impact on our vaccine, but it may not. It may be more severe, or it may be more mild than Delta. We simply don't know, Arden said. Director General of Health Ashley Bloomfield said authorities were looking at whether more needed to be done at the border to keep Omicron away. It's really just looking to keep it out while we learn more about it. Bloomfield told reporter at the news conference New Zealand moves into a new traffic light system from Friday that rate regions as red, orange, or green, depending on their level of exposure to COVID-19 and vaccination rate. Auckland, the epicenter of the country Delta outbreak, will start at red, making face masks mandatory and putting limit on gatherings at public places. New Zealand has had about 11,000 cases so far and 43 related deaths. Part 2, Part 3. Read this story. Long ago, the mice had a general council to consider what measures they could take to outwit their common enemy, the cat. Some said this and some said that, but at last a young mouse got up and said he had a proposal to make, which he thought would meet the case. You will all agree, said he, that our chief danger consists in the sly and treacherous manner in which the enemy approaches us. Now, if we could receive some signal of her approach, we could easily escape from her. I venture before, therefore, to propose that a small bell be pronounced and attached by a ribbon round the neck of the cat. By this means we should always know when she was about and could easily retire while she was in the neighborhood. The proposal met with general applause until an old mouse got up and said, "That is all very well, but who is to bell the cat?" The mice looked at one another and probably spoke. Then the old mouse said, "It is easy to propose impossible